Back with you folks here live from the New York International Film Festival from Los Angeles, California. And we're with Eva,
Yes.
Daniel.
and Joe.
Joseph.
Now, you guys could fill in the blanks, and you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and your name? And
Okay, I'm Eva Wanderman, and I directed Crystal Clear and the Canyon War that we're going to see here in a minute, back to back. And yeah,
what time does that start tonight?
it starts at, it's supposed to start in about 5 minutes.
Daniel, we talked a little bit about your film last night at the opening party.
Yes, indeed.
And you just want to say a few words before we get started tonight about the project and what you think?
For sure. Well, it's simply this. 150 years ago, the California mining frontiers swept across the Canadian-American border into British Columbia. And there was this war that has not been discussed for 150 years. Our film is all about telling this untold story and what happened to First Nations people, the Indigenous peoples of Canada. And the then government whitewashed it. We want to tell this story to try and build a new partnership with Indigenous peoples of Canada because there is not the equity that they deserve. So I'm an historian at the University of Victoria.
Right.
You know, as a young fellow, my own ancestors were in the 1849 California gold rush before coming up to Canada. When I was a kid, I heard the stories of our family about being down in California. And I had all these romantic notions of just, all about the gold rush, right? We all love that stuff. But when I started researching this topic, going through archives down the coast, what I discovered is this whole other side to it. And what happened to the First Nations people, as we call them in Canada, the Indigenous peoples
So
of Canada.
it's really about the gold rush in some sorts, and
It's very much about the gold rush. It's very much about California, and it's very much about what happened in
you
North.
got a lot of people that are interested here. Now this
I
is
think
Joe
so.
over here, and Joe, you want to tell us a few words about how your involvement in the project?
One of my direct ancestors, David Spintham, was actually one of the ones that was involved in reaching a peace agreement with the California miners, not with British colony, but with the miners themselves.
Oh my goodness! Okay.
And so I'm a direct descendant, and I'm here representing the NYFF people.
Alrighty, well there you have it.
It's one of the unique features of this film because you have descendants from this episode in history here
Now,
tonight.
the one question I ask before we wrap this up is: did you all bring your gold pans, or because to the showing car? Okay, at the end of the festival, we're gonna get a little pan and look for some gold. That's what we're gonna do. We want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you again, and thank you for spending the time with us.
Nice to see you.
Nice seeing you again, and thank you, Joe. All right, we'll see you soon.